Hey, selamat datang semua. Ditarik podcast dah mula. Wealthvantage bawa cerita. Ilmu kewangan buat hidup lebih berjaya.
Hai, Assalamualaikum, salam Ramadan dan salam sejahtera kepada semua anda di luar sana. So, kita kembali lagi dalam Teh Tarik Podcast. Episod kali ini kita bawakan topik yang hangat juga diperkatakan dan juga kita bawakan guest speaker kita yang orang kata apa, tidak asing lagi dalam dunia financial industry. So, topik kali ini kita akan membincangkan tentang putuskan sumpahan keuangan. Wah, dengar tajuk juga dah takut. Putuskan sumpahan ataupun financial curse kan. Boros versus pemurah. So untuk bercakap pasal topik ni, pada kali ini, pada hari ini, kita ada tetamu jemputan khas kita. Beliau adalah seorang perunding keuangan berlesen di Wealthvantage Advisory. Tidak asing, tidak lain, tidak bukan, iaitu Helwa Sofni. Welcome Helwa to our podcast, Teh Tarik Podcast Studio.
Assalamualaikum Ami.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Cantik Ami.
Thank you. Cantik juga Helwa hari ni. So
okay.
thank you Helwa. Okay. So Helwa,
Yes.
before kita, orang kata apa, kita korek lagi rahsia topik kita hari ini, kita nak tahulah Helwa, sebelum Helwa menjadi perancang keuangan berlesen ataupun financial planner, siapa Helwa sebelum ni?
Soalan tu Siapa saya
Yes.
Sebelum saya jadi today lah.
Ya, betul.
As a licensed financial
Yes,
planner.
who you are today? Siapa you sebelum ni?
Okay, Ami, kalau sebenarnya cakap benda ni,
Uh-uh.
I like to recall back lah.
Boleh?
Kalau I cakap 10 years or 15 years back, I would never thought I akan duduk sini.
Wow.
Sebab apa tahu? Sebab 15 years ago, saya masih lagi di corporate. Makan gaji, bekerja sebagai accountant. So buat kerja, behind the desk, not behind the desk, behind the laptop.
9 to 6 lah.
9 to 6. And wish no one see me. That's me.
Okay.
The nature of it.
Yeah.
Instead of somebody here sitting podcast. Okay. So that was me like 15 years back.
15 years back, okay.
But now 2026, I really happy that you call me lah today.
Thank you.
Terima kasih sebab
I pun happy.
sebab 2026 ni kalau I cakap 10 tahun lepas, I think that is the major milestone lah about what shape who I am today.
Okay.
Sebab what happened lepas my corporate world, actually I resign. So in term of career, I memang pernah jadi full time housewife.
Okay, so ada career
Actually career
buffer
break.
kat situ. Career
sebab
break lah.
biasalah as a wife, as a mother, we juggle, then we make decision what's priority at that time.
Yes.
Okay, so tapi I tahu it's a career break sebab people like me, I know I bukan tak nak bekerja langsung.
Okay.
Okay, while things get settled down, baru nak come back to work lah. So what happened is the question is the conflict was apa nak buat lepas tu. So tiba-tiba daripada yang kononnya career break nak masuk balik kerja makan gaji, macam ya ke? Sebab masa tu kita dah experience flexibility.
Yes.
Kan sebab kita actually whatever it is, I'm still mother and kids still growing.
Ya, betul.
Dia bukan soft-soft lah.
Betul.
Kan ada priority and I have parents and what not. So masa tu macam mencari-cari.
Okay.
So that's why I cakap bila 10 years ago I already in the financial services punya line.
Industri lah.
Industry. And kenapa I already in there? Actually sebab masa tu kalau nak cakap, I sendiri adalah orang yang mencari jawapan pada soalan-soalan financial.
Okay.
You've been in the corporate world yang ada gaji tetap, yang ada stability.
Stability.
Tiba-tiba you rasa macam kosong kau every month. Faham tak kosong tu? Kan?
Buka je account, wow.
Walaupun it's not about tak ada makanan atas, tapi tak boleh pergi mana. It's not that tau. Tapi kita cakap satu perkataan yang very important to many of us that I want to talk about today. Change.
Change.
Though ada orang envy you daripada busy jadi duduk rumah jaga anak. Many people will envy that.
Betul.
So it was very difficult untuk I cerita kat semua orang. Sebab ada orang kata orang nak macam you Helwa. Orang nak macam ada masa, ada flexibility.
Yes.
But you still have food on table.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yes.
So tapi konflik tau.
Konflik, yes.
So
orang tak tahu the actual apa yang berlaku sebenarnya.
So sebelum kita nak cakap apa itu, tapi maksudnya that was my journey, my process. So if I talk about 10 years ago, coincidentally, masa tu I dah in the financial services industry.
Okay.
First license that I was in this industry, estate planning license, Islamic estate planning, yang kita cakap pasal hibah, inheritance related lah. Again, kenapa I masuk through that door, because I was like looking for answer for my own family tree punya structure. Nak faham, lepas tu I nak dapat jawapan yang biasalah acik tak puas hati.
Yelah. Acik one more.
Tak, sebenarnya I boring kot. I dah duduk rumah dah lama. So kadang-kadang kita rasa kita macam nak keluar kan. Sekali kawan I yang promote tu, dia cakap tak apalah, hello kau pergi kelas. So when I pergi ke that class, baru I tahu actually that one for get license, but I went there to get the knowledge. So habis kelas tu 2 hari kelas tu, kita panggil kelas lah. Rupanya at the end of 2 days dapat license. Boleh jadi agent untuk mempromosikan produk Islamic inheritance punya planning lah. So masa tu, before pergi, you bayangkan, kita fikir just I ada satu concern yang I nak tahu apa jawapan dia. Itu je, objektif, very simple. But masuk dalam kelas tu, tiba-tiba I rasa I bodoh.
Yelah.
You get actually, chartered accountant lah pun kan, tiba-tiba tak tahu apa-apa pun. Macam if my husband die yesterday, he will leave me poor today. And sengsara kau.
Wow. 360 degree juga berubah kan.
That was a very challenging emotional point. Sebab you macam you don't know this. When you resign, or whatever your plan at that time, or what you see at that time, is totally different. And the purpose of I was in that class also very different. But suddenly I learn something yang very significant. Yang macam terdiam. Macam mak I. Macam itulah lebih kurang dia. Tidak go too dramatic about that. So itulah ceritanya. Sebab bila you duduk dalam kelas tu, eventually you meet people in the industry. Cut it short, I met one after another people. Again, how it evolve, sebab I tanya soalan berkaitan dengan diri I.
Diri sendiri.
I nak tanya soalan ni. Sebab I perasan lagi satu pula, selain yang tadi tu I nak tanya pasal faraid structure and family tree related lah. Tapi this one is about, bila kita cakap kita kena simpan duit ke, kita kena protect duit kita ke, you know, you get different answer if you ask different people.
Yes, betul.
So I was confused. So I cakap macam mana dapat jawapan. Again, I think because I have time, I pergi belajar
lagi satu.
So 2016, which is 10 years ago, I sit for Islamic Financial Planning punya paper.
IFP masa tu.
I am that 10 years ago punya IFP.
Wow.
Tapi sebab you bayangkan, the few years before that, 2016, I kan mencari jawapan untuk diri sendiri. So bila I dapat jawapan, I kena applykan. Betul tak? I have to think, because this is problem solving.
Yes, betul.
Sebenarnya I dah train myself jadi financial planner, in a way. I tak kata betul but the process was there. Impact dia apa tak kami? I jadi pelajar terbaik Islamic Financial Planning 2016.
Wow.
And I was 34 weeks pregnant.
Wow. Struggle betul tu dalam busy-busy kan. Tak tahu nak buat apa kan.
Dia macam mungkin sebab you tak ada. Okay, maybe one thing I learn about life, sebab you tak tahu benda lain, it's easier for you to focus tu. Sebab you don't know, you tak ada distraction so much lah.
Betul-betul. I think that's a very kind of beautiful transition career lah sebenarnya. I nampak benda ni as a you try to implement for yourself dulu. You mencari jawapan sebenarnya. And then after that you transition, you nak jadi financial planner, then you try implement untuk diri you dulu, tengok. Jadi ke tak? So in along the way tu, you sebenarnya dah jadi financial planner dah.
So IFP is about taking the license. Even though kalau the real journey lepas ambil IFP, I still kelabur nak jadi apa, sebab I belajar kan untuk diri sendiri. So
betul?
I tak tahu career path is totally different thing. So masa awal-awal tu I belajar, I suka, I share dengan kawan-kawan. So, and suddenly actually bila daripada first license I dapat dekat IEP tadi tu, I dah start macam buat sharing dengan kawan-kawan, informal lah, sebab I come from corporate.
Casually bercakap macam tu lah.
Sebab macam orang kata tu macam kan I terkejut. So bila you keluar makan dengan kawan-kawan kan, macam tu, kau tahu tak macam ni. So, sebab I keep telling my other friend, then they say, hello, datanglah buat sharing. Kadang lunch talk ke, whatever informal. At that time, of course, it start with informal punya session
informal,
lah.
betul.
And I went to the previous organisation that I was in.
That's your first lah
apa dia? First apa?
Yang you punya talk tu?
I'm talking about 2014 was my first talk in corporate.
Wow.
Yes. Tapi it come from sharing. At that time, sekarang I dah kurang emotional. Masa tu macam nak menang-menang. Serious babe.
Yelah, sebab datang dari hati kan. Kita share kan.
Yelah, like tadi every month tak ada duit masuk. Lepas tu kalau apa-apa jadi dekat your partner, macam he will leave me poor. Can you imagine dia punya, aku ni sacrifice career untuk anak-anak ni.
Betul.
I'm not sacrifice myself to be worse off and menyusahkan orang.
Betul.
You get me or not?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
will
yeah.
be in the situation that it's not only you, it's
Yes.
not only those dependent on you,
Yes.
it's also your circle.
Circle you, betul. Surrounding you.
Yeah, surrounding me. So it was very impactful. Yelah.
Sharing lah masa tu.
Masa tu lah. Dia sangat deep sampai membuatkan I pause and think like, should I go back to corporate as per original plan? Tapi the question is dead and then the answer took long way to go.
How long does it take?
Okay, kalau tadi I cakap 2016 I dah ambil license.
Betul.
Tapi I dindong-dindong. 2018 I baru join a financial planning firm. Tapi
2018.
itu pun macam dah masuk tu macam tak aktif. Itu masih otak I masih fikir go back to workforce. So bila I jumpa seorang my friend ni who is my client. So suddenly I tanya dia, ada kosong ke?
Okay.
So suddenly kan dia garang tau ambil. Tapi I thank her. Dia garang suddenly kata, okay hello, you dah done your part kan? Dia tutup buku dia, apa semua yang dia ambil nota yang I cerita tadi. Then dia brainwash I.
Wow.
I tak cerita lah that detail. Tapi dia memang membuatkan it come to very important thing that we going to discuss today. Action, yes. There's no point you confused. I mean, like that is always the state of mind.
Betul,
the
betul.
situation.
Betul.
But what make a difference is your action.
Betul.
You know so much, you do nothing.
Yes, betul.
What is that got to do with the ilmu yang you ada?
Betul. Which is very, very, I think very significant to whatever you say that we're going to discuss today, which is action kan. So that's why it goes back to kita punya topik hari ni lah, the most important topic kita, which is sebenarnya to break the curse of financial, which is you boros ke ataupun you pemurah kan. So which is you don't mind if I nak tanya soalan ni. So okay, kenapa biasa kan, because I like the way that you tekankan action tadi kan. So kenapa mindset ni biasanya, mindset ni kita dah selalu dengar dah, orang bercakap biar apa-apa asal bergaya. Ini dah memang sinonim dah dalam otak kita semua kan. Orang selalu guna ni, biasa dah melekat kan, especially when it comes to bulan puasa, bulan raya, I mean in any festive lah kan. So kenapa mindset ni selalu ada dalam otak kita?
Sebenarnya kan soalan you ni kan sangat besar untuk kita kupaskan.
Betul.
Tapi one thing yang saya cakap, bila kita cakap action,
yes,
sebenarnya ada few things lagi kita patut keluarkan lah.
Yes.
Satu, we are talking about habit.
Yes.
Nombor dua, kita cakap pasal emosi. Nombor tiga, mungkin kita cakap pasal apa yang mungkin not your habit tapi surrounding, culture ke,
yes.
what influence you wherever you are at that point of time.
Ya, betul.
Jadi kadang-kadang bukan you sangat, tapi you ada kat sini you macam ni. You kat situ you macam tu.
Lain dah,
Betul
berubah
kan?
dah. Yes, it always happen.
Tapi bukan benda tu, this is not about right or wrong, but
Betul.
is how we utilize or acknowledge that, so that kita macam tahu nak manage whatever the situation
Betul.
is lah. Walaupun discussion kita today kan cakap pasal duit kan Amir.
Ya.
I want to relate two major thing, duit dan kehidupan.
Kehidupannya, betul.
Sebab maybe you pernah dengar macam everything, money cannot buy everything.
Yes.
Tapi not
Everything
everything needs money.
Needs money, betul.
Kan? Kalau kita cakap lagi konsep rukun Islam sendiri pun.
Betul.
Kita ada 5 rukun Islam.
Yes.
2 daripada rukun Islam kita melibatkan kewangan.
Betul.
So there's no way that kewangan is not important.
Betul.
Macam mana kita nak balance out balik lah.
Betul,
kan?
betul.
So back to your question, you cakap macam kita ni macam apa ayat you tadi?
Biar apa-apa asal bergaya.
Maksudnya kita ni tak buku baju sendiri ke, atau
Betul,
bukan
yes.
di luar kemampuan lah.
Di luar kemampuan, yes. Berbelanja luar kemampuan.
Sebenarnya it's not about isu raya.
Yes.
Meaning to say, if you do that during raya, it's just your attitude or your habit.
Betul.
Or your nature.
Yes.
But raya or Syawal make it even more louder or more obvious.
So
Because
festive kan.
It's one of the occasion
Yes.
that happen. Sebenarnya banyak lagi occasion.
Dalam senyap kita tak perasan sebenarnya.
Kita zaman sekarang kita tak payah nak cakap tak patut ke apa. Okay, live with the present.
Betul.
Zaman sekarang kita banyak reunion.
Betul.
Banyak trip yang orang nak OOTD.
Ya, betul.
Itu trend tau. Macam mana?
Yeah.
Tak nak. Kita kena embrace benda ni. If
Betul.
change happen, kita embrace change tu.
Yes, betul.
Rather than kita nak cakap, no, that's not me. Talk
Yes.
to my hand. Oh, no.
Betul.
So you weird. Betul tak?
Betul.
Dan kita pun tak happy.
Yes.
At all time, bila kita cakap pasal duit, I always tell my client, kita kena faham apa yang kita nak.
Yes.
Kenapa kita kena faham apa nak? Supaya kita
Yes.
tahu apa yang kita tak boleh let go, tak boleh negotiate. Tapi apa yang kita boleh negotiate.
Yes, betul.
Itu yang paling penting. So bila back to that, sebenarnya kalau kita bertindak sedemikian, maksudnya kita belanja melebihi kemampuan kita. dia talk about kita punya psikologi punya influence lah.
Influence, yes.
Apa dia, banyaklah boleh nak dikupas kan. Sebab angle tu can come from many, be it. Tapi more important, bila kita buat benda-benda macam tu, sebab tu saya cakap, kalau you buat macam tu, I ada satu klien dia jenis shopping bagai nak rak bila raya.
Okay.
Tapi that's the only one time she will spend for her and the family throughout the year.
Wow.
So during that time, of course cash flow kan ada naik turun.
Betul.
Kalau you makan gaji lagi income static. Expenses tiba-tiba besar. So you can see that it could be over.
Yes.
Tapi that is nampak macam tak kena at that point of time.
Yes, betul.
Tapi mungkin dia ada mechanism, if dia beringat, dia tak repeat benda tu.
Yes.
So maybe you dapat catch the word that ada some sort of planning there.
Yes, betul. Macam mana dia manage tu? Macam dalam setahun, that's the only time yang dia spend.
Dia tahu tak apa yang paling mahal?
Apa yang mahal?
Masa.
Wow. Masa.
In this case, she's a very busy mom. She's a single mom. Successful in terms of career.
Yeah.
But can you imagine single mom?
Wow.
Taking care of kids, 5 orang. 5?
Wow.
Teenagers. And the last one masih sekolah rendah.
Wow.
It's all schooling stage ataupun now lebih kurang semua belajar.
Okay.
Don't talk about duit tu lagi. Cakap pasal pengurusan masa je. So do you think that if you jaga masa you tahu hargai ataupun plan your masa, akan ada kena-mengena dengan you punya spending habit juga.
Betul. Agree. Macam orang cakap lah, masa itu emas.
Kan?
It is gold.
It is gold. Tapi macam kalau I cakap benda tu sekarang dengan anak-anak I tak boleh terima dah.
Ya ke?
Mami, what's that?
What's that? Masa itu emas.
What?
You want to give me gold? Macam tu.
Kan, gold, tak, dia tak boleh relate dah macam tu. Dia macam, sebenarnya kita ni kan, the less complicated, kita kalau boleh kita arrange our life, hopefully the easier we maneuver that.
Yes.
Sebab kalau macam contoh you faham you busy sebab you ada kekangan masa you become very limited kan.
Yes, betul.
So kalau you just imagine you nak banyak round buat benda-benda tu, you might have to sacrifice certain thing.
Yeah.
Tapi macam mana nak buatkan, kalau you kata alah shopping tu gembira Helwa.
Betul.
Sekali setahun je gembira. Hello. Mindset. Kegembiraan yang shopping kali kedua dia tukar kepada ladies trip dia ke, me time dia ke.
Yes.
Dia tahu macam mana nak allocate. So they still spending.
Yes.
There's still time allocated. Tapi you tak membazir time. You plan your time. Atau dia nak kata you plan your time. So it's more structured.
Yeah.
It's more targeted or planned for.
Yeah.
But not so much about you fikir ada leisure. Bukan nak ajar you buat leisure. Tak. Kita cakap kehidupan. Ingat tak cakap tadi? Kehidupan first. Money is the reflection of that kehidupan.
Yes, betul.
So kalau you ada satu habit atau satu culture atau satu your way lah.
Yes.
Things will be easier. Orang kata apa? Easier for you to keep track, easier for you to review balik,
yes,
easier for you to think about what could be better.
Yes, betul. I think I very like the idea of kita fokus life dulu, and then time is very valuable sebenarnya. Then money comes later. Orang kata apa? I mean, I like the concept that you bring this issue sebenarnya. Time is everything sebenarnya. Sebab you nak kumpul wealth pun time juga.
Betul.
Everything semua duit. Everything semua masa. Sorry.
Sebab contoh kalau I jadi financial planner, nama financial pun mesti fikir ada numbers, betul tak?
Duit ni.
It's all about berapa duit datang. Lepas tu kita akan cakap duit tak cukup.
Betul.
Tapi
itu mitos yang orang duk fikir financial planner ni.
Tapi kan, I tahu you. Kalau lah you percaya cakap I, bila you dapat even more money, the situation, if you tak ada realization tu,
yes, situation
tu tak berubah pun.
Yes.
Having more money doesn't mean that you are richer, the real rich.
Betul.
Sebab you tak ada one keyword lah, kita panggil contentment, tak ada kepuasan. Sebab benda tu sentiasa ada gap. Kalau you bayangkan banyak ni, dia sentiasa macam tak ada cap kat atas. How can you feel that you fulfill?
Betul.
Itu masalah kehidupan kita ni.
Dia sentiasa sesak.
Dia sentiasa macam tak puas hati. Walaupun orang lain tengok macam kau dah makin. Tapi yang orang tu tak rasa. Keep having like, sebab bila you cakap ayat tu, biar apa-apa asal bergaya. It can be you're talking about to those people yang spending dia tu RM100 or RM1,000 or
betul.
RM10,000 or RM100,000.
Yes.
You get me? No. It's just applicable to everybody.
Everybody, betul? Tak kisah at any stage of spending you berapa banyak sebenarnya. RM200 pun boleh jadi biar apa saya bergaya.
Betul. Sebab itu adalah kehidupan you tak sama dengan orang lain.
Yes, betul.
And in fact, our kehidupan over the time pun tak sama. Apa maksud dia? Contoh, let's say lah, you still the same, the way you spend your money.
Yes.
Okay, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Okay. Tiba-tiba, your status macam, okay, let's say lah, you married, you belum kahwin tahun ni.
Okay.
Tiba-tiba tahun depan, you dah, kata tiba lah, Alhamdulillah you dah kahwin.
Okay, wow, thank you. Doa lah.
Tiba kan,
Amin. Okay.
Okay, get married. Then, lepas tu dah ada anak.
Yes.
Dah ada pasangan, dah ada in-law. Keluarga you dah makin besar.
Betul.
So, automatically, do you same Amir, do you think that you can really be the same Amir?
Cannot.
There must be a word that sacrifice, right?
Betul.
Tapi human takkan nak sacrifice bunyi macam tak best tau, macam the return tau kan.
Betul.
So benda tu yang kita kena ada satu kesedaran dari segi kehidupan. Kenapa perkahwinan tu memberi you kelebihan?
Yes.
Family, relationship. In life, relationship is the biggest factor of everything.
Betul.
If your relationship is good, I bukan nak cakap pasal relationship, tapi I nak cakap kita tak boleh track in money just to money thing.
Yes, betul.
Life is not, it doesn't work that way. I believe it, because bila cerita yang you awal-awal tadi, yang maybe kalau you pernah, yelah at this session kan, you pernah interview semua financial planner kan.
Yes.
There are people yang, from this career pop jadi financial planner. Very straightforward answer kan.
Betul.
I'm not kan. I'm like,
dia ada roller coaster dia. Dia sekali jatuh memang dia turun terus. Kan?
Emotionally, though I don't have financial issue, emotionally was toughest during I tak ada clarity about my life. And I repeat again, the worst part bila I tak ada clarity about what is tomorrow or next coming years for me. Dia tak ada motivation, dia tak ada duit pun juga, you tetap stress.
Rasa tak cukup juga.
I bukan cakap kaya lah, tapi you tak ada isu makan, minum, pergi jalan, balik kampung kan. Cukup lah tu, itu basic
cukup lah.
Anak
Cukup
di sekolah.
Kan, betul.
Tak adalah kata tak boleh makan luar, whatever it is boleh adjust lah.
Boleh adjust, betul.
Bila I look back, and again why I can tell you this, because bila ada session macam ni membuatkan I kena recall back tau. So it gets me to the point yang lagi satu important lah, sebab kalau kita biarkan benda tu berlalu tanpa kita sedar benda tu apa, itu yang kita missing opportunity. Dia panggil kalau financial memang cakap loss of opportunity.
Betul.
Tapi ni macam you take for granted, you tak terperasan benda tu, you tak being grateful of small little
maybe
thing.
dia perasan kot rasanya. Cuma dia refuse untuk perasan sebenarnya.
Mungkin lah kenapa ada orang tak perasan ataupun refuse to perasan, itu semua psikologi punya.
Psikologi, betul.
So everyone is different one another. That's why kalau I nak copy you, you nak copy I, that's not the way.
Betul.
Bila I jumpa klien I yang pelbagai, I cannot say klien A, let's say klien B.
Yes.
Macam I nak cakap klien A ni kena ikut klien B. Tak boleh.
Tak boleh.
Dia bukan one fit, orang kata solution.
One solution fits for all.
One solution fit to all. Tak boleh.
Yes, betul.
Dia kena macam kita kena faham the angle kehidupan lah. Again, because kalau ikutkan I jadi financial planner, tadi I sebut kat you 2018 I dah start register myself, right? Sekarang dah berapa tahun dah nak masuk 8 tahun tau.
8 tahun, ya. Lama tu.
License financial planner.
Yes.
I'm among the awal-awal punya batch. Kan?
Acik jugalah.
Hello. Orang lama. Otai.
Otai.
Okay, so
Otai berbisa, tak apa.
Kan?
Okay.
Tak. It give me so much spirit lah today. Sebab kita dah tengok benda ni. Tapi kalau I tak sit down and tengok, benda tu mungkin berlalu dan I just keep doing the same thing again and again.
Betul.
Okay. So bila kita cakap pasal macam tadi I cakap, I dah lama jadi financial planner. Ada satu benda yang I perasan. Masa awal jadi financial planner. Of course you go by, you just imagine lah you baru start kerja. Mestilah kalau ini job scope you, what is expected, you buat.
Yes.
You tak reti lagi nak adjust.
I
mean like you just do it.
Betul?
That's the best thing. Memang itu patutnya. Tak pandai lagi tiba-tiba nak adjust, nak macam ni tak betul, tak kena.
Okay.
You should do it until you understand, you master it, baru you ada macam ada suggestion, ada something that yang give you
along the way tu.
Okay. So I perasan masa awal-awal financial planning I tu, walaupun I ada klien, again sebab klien I mostly datang daripada I buat sharing kan 2014.
You punya circle tadi tu.
Walaupun tak banyak, but that was a good orang kata apa, platform lah. People trust me because I'm familiar to them, and I'm familiar, I can speak their language. I understand because I was there before. From somebody that earning a stable income, high at that time.
Yes.
Very reputable company.
Yes.
To suri rumah. Faham tak? I rasa benda tu.
Roller coaster again. Kita
I rasa macam mana orang pandang you differently.
Yeah.
I had that life experience.
Wow, that's a very deep, Helwa. I pun tak sangka sebenarnya. Actually, sitting down here with you, hear your story, quite deep juga
Sebab tu I nak cerita benda ni. Sebab I think kalau I tak gunakan apa yang I rasa dulu, walaupun it was kesusahan I pada masa tu, apa makna kesusahan tu kalau dia tak patut bawa I to somebody that I can inspire others.
Betul.
Sebab maksudnya I faham tau. I hope that it change. I hope lah. I berusaha lah.
Yes.
Dia change in term of my empathy. Empathy ni kita ada level. Mungkin kita ada empathy tapi kita boleh improve kan.
Yes.
Maksudnya I boleh faham tau kalau kita kata orang look down on me.
You dah been there. You dah go through dah sebenarnya.
Di rumah, anybody can talk to you like you're nobody. Seriously.
Yeah. But
that is society. But should we focus on society? Why?
No need.
You got the answer.
Kalau you nak
kalau
dengar,
you focus kat society, you jadi apa? Jadi sotong?
Taklah.
Sebab tu isu sekarang. Back to mental health issue nowadays.
Yes, betul.
Yang I risau kat anak-anak sebab I ada anak yang teenagers. I have 3 kids. Anak I seorang je sekolah rendah, lagi 2 dah sekolah menengah and after SPM. So I'm handling them different phase in their teenage life. So I takut macam benda ni sebab kita ni tak tahu nak macam set the base. Kan terlalu tak ada satu macam jati diri tu dah kurang
sikit lah. Okay, faham.
More fragile, things like that lah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So I think it's a very good that whereby your story tu you gunakan you punya experience you untuk now you implement balik dekat anak-anak you kan, supaya diorang tak lalui apa yang you lalui lah, whereby people look down on you kan. And I like the idea of you saying that money is not money, sorry, it's actually we don't have to think about what society think about you sebenarnya.
Betul.
Because that's the most one thing that will kill you actually, will press you down sebenarnya if you nak success ke apa this and that. Back to the money issue jugalah, macam cakap kan, bila you ada kan duit kan, people akan tengok you tinggi kan. Bila you tak ada duit, bye bye, macam tu kan. So it happen.
Okay, betul lah.
It happens sebenarnya. That's why kata nak impress orang dengan duit. Ada pula orang fikir macam tu.
That is also a very great lesson learned.
Yes.
Betapa pentingnya duit ni.
Yes, betul.
You faham tak? Susahnya hidup kita kalau kita tak betul-betul jaga kita punya keselesaan dari segi kewangan.
Betul.
I bukan cakap kemewahan.
Bukan kaya pun, nak kaya pun sebenarnya.
I cakap keselesaan so that you can be stay true to your value. You boleh you faham apa sebenarnya yang matters to yourself. Baru senang you nak ni. Kalau kita back tadi, kita nak faham pasal bergaya, kita kena tanya balik. That is a statement. Tapi sebenarnya more on apa purpose in that particular situation.
Betul.
That will differentiate. Actually it's not so bad for you, but it's so bad for me.
Yes, betul.
It's not a statement. I nowadays tak statement tu membuatkan sebab bila I dah nampak banyak spektrum, banyak orang yang I jumpa, banyak sendiri kehidupan yang I lalui.
Yes.
Benda tu membuatkan I takkan terus jump into judgement punya judgement apa, kita macam beranggapan yang salah lah. Salah tanggapan. Yes.
Salah tanggapan. I think because every human ni dia punya lalui financial situation dia lain-lain sebenarnya. Betul. So that's why the scope of biar apa asal bergaya tu orang kata apa, bergantung pada konteks diri you sendiri sebenarnya.
Tapi let's talk about more serious one.
Yes.
Let's say lah memang salah situation sebab kita ada sebanyak senario ni.
Betul.
I ada banyak senario.
Yes.
But what I want to as a financial planner, back to objective. Ada memang tak salah ni. Maksudnya you tak mampu tapi you buat sebab you tak boleh control you punya emosi ke apa benda lah.
Yes.
Kenapa tu kan?
Betul.
Tapi so kalau you keep doing that, definitely benda tu akan ada effect. If not now, later. For sure.
Dia akan datang balik.
Kalau macam mana kita, kalau you nak tanya so macam mana nak I rasa I macam tu, katalah you rasa I rasa I macam tu lah, tapi macam mana nak get out from this, because you faham tak susah. Change kan dah tadi cakap
sebab
susah.
benda tu dah jadi dalam kebiasaan diri kita kan, dah macam mana how we
culture pun mungkin juga kan dah biasa tukar. Benar tau, masa COVID I tak beli baju raya pun. Selama je I think 2 years tak pakai tak beli baju raya. Tapi kan I ada kakak yang sangat concern, yang macam dia rasa macam doesn't make sense you tak beli baju raya. So tiba-tiba I dapat parcel baju raya.
Oh my god.
Tapi nak cakap dari segi value, bagi I mungkin tak. tapi bagi orang lain, okay, bila I cakap tak, bukan sebab I financial planner, this is nothing got to do with
tak ada
financial
kena-mengena.
planner.
Yes,
tak
betul.
ada, it's not about profession. It's just that person.
Yes.
Okay, I tak nak you quote it because financial planner. Tak, sebenarnya I memang sebab I spend, I splurge, tapi tempat lain.
Tempat lain, yes.
You get me or not?
Faham,
I'm human.
faham.
Financial planner also human. We splurge juga, tapi we splurge maybe tempat lain.
Betul.
Sebab I pegang pada satu, I nak spend untuk apa yang happy. Tapi benda tu mungkin least important to me.
Yes.
Sebab tu I boleh tak spend.
Ya.
Tapi bukan duit tu macam sebenarnya I peram ke tak. Sebenarnya aku spend tempat lain. Macam kawan I tadi lah kan, dia spend sekali je. Tapi sebenarnya spend juga benda
masa
lain.
kat raya dia kan.
Betul.
So I think I agree dengan you punya konsep di mana orang kata apa, setiap manusia journey ni dia ada goal dia tau. Bila dia simpan duit ni kan, dia ada goal dia. Macam goal you adalah okay, bukan untuk raya kan. Goal you untuk tempat lain yang will make you more happy. So sebenarnya spending ni is about like what makes you happy sebenarnya. It's not about like to impress people. Hari raya okay, aku kumpul ni penat. Tapi aku spend untuk raya, buat open house, nak tukar lansir baru, descendant semua, just because nak impress people for a few hours je.
Okay.
So I think I like that concept of actually sebenarnya gunakan duit simpanan you untuk yang apa yang you simpan tu untuk what makes you happy sebenarnya.
You pernah dengar nama Marie Kondo tak?
Tak pernah. Siapa
Marie Kondo tu kalau di kalangan perempuan kan, wanita, dia famous tau sebab dia pasal how organize rumah tau, baca kemas, bersih, minimalist. He was one on the Netflix, tak silap I. Tapi
ni yang organize kitchen tu ke?
Dia bukan kitchen, dia macam organize rumah lah. Macam you punya organize rumah you lah, macam minimalist. Keep just dalam, okay tak apa, forget about that. Konsep dia, konsep Marie Kondo ni, walaupun dia cakap pasal rumah you, maksudnya okay, konsep minimalist is actually you keep what is important and useful for you je kan. Itulah minimalist kan.
Betul.
Bukan barang banyak hoarding
betul.
Okay, so bila konsep ni sama juga, bila kita cakap macam one of the concept that she mentioned is about keep what spark your joy. Sebab you kena make decision. Katalah kita suka these 3 item, but I can only keep 2.
Yeah.
Mesti I can keep the 2 most either I love or most I need, whatever value for that particular situation lah. So sama juga spending.
Yes.
Spending bila kita nak manage money ni kan, psychologically or mindset, paling salah sekali ialah ada orang fikir kalau cakap financial planner kata tak boleh spend.
Kena simpan, tak boleh spend.
Tak.
Betul, itu selalu mitos orang duk fikir financial planning
ni. I pernah
ni.
jumpa again another client yang macam mungkin financially tight, adalah situation kan. And then suddenly dia tak spend langsung untuk diri sendiri.
Okay.
Sebab so much about others. So throughout the years with me, what I guide her is to start thinking and putting herself first.
Yes.
Sebab itu lagi penting. Okay, kalau kita cakap lagi again, sorry, sebenarnya Ramadan ni.
Sebenarnya Ramadan ni.
Kita cakap lagi konsep Islamic financial planning. Sebab I kan IFP kan.
IFP, yes.
One thing yang kita belajar ialah dipanggil makasid syariah atau apa yang penting. Of course dalam penting kalau kita cakap dalam agama, first thing first you jaga agama you.
Betul.
The second one yang penting, you jaga diri you tau, akal you. You jaga you. You kena you kena tahu, you kena sihat mentally, physically.
Yes, betul.
Mentally ni yang tak nampak ni, benda-benda yang mindset ni part of benda yang mencorakkan a lot of thing.
Betul.
So that is something yang kita kalau go back to basic, kita tak run away pun benda tu yang sama juga.
Yes,
so when I talk about financial tadi, how can you make other people happy when you yourself not happy?
Not happy, yeah.
How sustainable is that?
Wow, that's a very deep.
Again.
That's very deep. I like the concept, but it's very deep. But I like the concept actually sebenarnya. Betul. I agree with you.
Sebab benda ni subjektif.
Yes.
My job, financial planner, I quantify. I tak boleh cakap ayat-ayat macam ni je tau. Bila I jumpa klien, memang betul ada ledger tu.
Yes.
I kira. Itu job I, tak payah risau.
Itu memang tak boleh lari lah kan.
Kenapa kena ada benda tu? Sebab tu kita cakap, bila kita orang jadi financial planner ni, we are financial planner ni, we talk about numbers. Tapi very much we talk about life.
Betul.
We talk about what beyond.
So benda tu dia affected juga sebenarnya. Sikit sebab macam you cakap tadi kan, you spend untuk happykan orang. But what about you? I mean, did you actually feel happy?
The other way around, you spend untuk you je.
Yeah.
Orang lain tak ada, macam selfish pula.
Yes. Betul.
Kita ni hidup bermasyarakat. Kita hidup ada orang yang kita perlukan pertolongan. Mungkin not today.
Ya, betul.
Kalau nak terbalikkan.
Nak terbalikkan, betul. In future, we never know.
Everything so much about you, but orang panggil apa? Kedekut lah everything about dia kan. Subjektif again, tapi
berpada-pada lah orang kata. Kena balance kan lah. Kena balance kan sebenarnya.
Benda-benda yang I cakap tadi tu, yang macam culture ke, psikologi ke, habit ke, it's all about balancing.
Yeah.
Dia bukan benda yang tak baik, tapi
Betul.
it can be something. It's actually the strength,
Yeah.
the advantage.
Yes.
Tapi kalau kita overlook, it can be blind spot ataupun your disadvantage or threat.
Betul trend. I mean, I like the idea of you saying that just now tadi macam bahagikan diri sendiri, bukan surrounding. I mean like other than people surrounding you dulu kan. Every time raya ni kan, orang yang mengeluarkan duit lah kan. Contoh kan, especially I think the breadwinner lah, the husband kan. So when it comes orang kata persiapan raya ni kan, mula dah kita dah scratch our head kan. Mula dah that self talk tu dah ada dah. Alamak ni duit raya nak tukar ni semua, this and that semua kan. So actually, of course dia tak feel happy dah lah, betul tak? So dia takut dah kan, dia panic. So what is actually your advice?
I mean, kalau ikutkan tahun 2026 lagi, tau, awal tahun.
Yes.
Budak buka sekolah.
Buka sekolah.
Awal tahun. And then in the normal kita punya expenses, for those people yang ada komitmen lain, contoh kalau you ada sebiji rumah sekalipun, awal tahun you bayar cukai pintu, cukai tanah tau.
Yes, betul. Tax.
Selain daripada, so you faham tak, kalau tak ada perayaan pun, by nature awal tahun Januari normally is on the higher amount as compared to maybe other months.
Betul.
Let alone you ada specific due payment for January and February. But now bila cuti sekolah, alamak banyak cuti sekolah, nak balik kampung.
Yes.
So
nak bawa anak jalan-jalan.
Okay, takkan rumah aje, mesti ada kan. Ada benda-benda tu. So
betul.
Automatically it will be like part of spending you on the high side.
Yes.
So you feel stress.
Yes, dah start stress dah.
Stress kan? Tak salah stress tu.
Ya, betul.
Yang more important,
maksudnya bila dia stress tu, dia aware that
macam mana kita nak address stress tu
betul.
lah. Kan? Betul
Yes,
tak?
yes.
So again, macam benda ni very apa ni, one to one tu lain. Tapi you faham tak, kalau you rasa stress tu, apa yang kita boleh buat?
Yes.
Sebenarnya kalau I boleh suggest in general
Yes.
because this is not specific. Everybody listen to this could come from different angle.
Betul.
That's why I have to be careful what I'm saying.
Yes, betul. Tak apa.
Okay. Tapi what applies to everybody in that particular situation, I suka ni tau. Okay, maybe you pakai iPad dengan pen macam ni kan.
Yes.
I'm very manual tau. Tapi konsep dia sama. You write it down.
Yes.
Financial. I tak nak cakap kehidupan je. I cakap pasal financial.
Financial, yes.
Tulis apa benda yang you pernah you perlu wajib lah. Apa benda yang in consideration and
Okay.
whatnot.
Faham?
Bila you tulis, you akan start nampak, akan start boleh nampak yang mana boleh negotiate.
Yes.
Yang mana yang
Scratch
mungkin
ke terus? Yang boleh negotiate tu.
yang ataupun yang tak boleh negotiate. You kena letak semua dulu
Yes.
without influence. Campak je.
Yes, betul.
Tulis je.
Yes.
And
Agree?
Betul tak? Sebab kalau it's everything in
Yes,
our mind.
agree. Because I personally pun buat macam tu sebenarnya.
Oh, you buat macam tu? Okay.
Every month I ada macam like the money out and the money in, and the money out expenses apa. I tulis je. Memang wajib bayar every month, kena tak boleh miss out. And then I macam like list
So you buat
down.
cash flow you ke?
Sendirilah.
You buat cash flow you sendiri?
Yes.
Are you tracking it every month?
Yes, almost every month.
Okay. So
Almost every
nampak tak? Okay, I want to take that
Yes.
as example, real example. You use
okay. Kan?
Maknanya penting tak cash flow tu? Bila you ada cash flow, you nampak tau vision.
Betul. Betul?
Dia tak payah orang lain cakap. Hidup kita ni, kita tak suka orang lain bagi tahu kita.
Betul. Betul. Yes. That's why I buat cash flow sendiri. So bila I nak spend tu kan, oh ni tak apa. Okay, I tengok balik cash flow. Ini ada tak dalam cash flow yang patut I spend? Oh tak ada. Then I kena macam cakap tadi lah, sacrifice lah some of the things kan, macam tu.
Yes, and being human, you kena nampak sacrifice ni means what good benefit. You kena
Yes.
ada dia punya timbal balik tu.
Betul.
Masa tu.
Betul.
Sebab kalau you just sacrifice je, dia tak bertahan tau.
Betul.
You kena tahu apa benda ni, what is the fruit that you going to reap later.
Betul. Yes.
Itu dia important je. Whatever your story like lah.
Yeah.
Kalau aku buat macam ni, maybe if I'm in this problem, if I keep doing this, this problem, I take another the whole year, the rest of the, kita awal tahun kan, the rest of the months this year, nak settle problem yang kita create awal tahun.
Yes.
Want your life gonna be like that? The question is to you.
Yes, it's up to kita lah.
Betul. So benda-benda macam tu is very important, so that kita start nampak macam dah tulis.
Yes.
Kalau you been doing this, if this is your first year, maybe you start with that.
Yes.
This year. Tapi katalah you dah macam ni, let's say lah few years. Sebenarnya benda ni I tak nak cakap from maksudnya kita nak kegembiraan kan.
Betul.
So kalau you dah been doing this, you have this habit lah
Ya, betul.
every year, one thing that even better, you ada lagi satu benda yang you boleh jot it down.
Yes.
You you throw back yang tahun lepas.
Tahun lepas ya.
You throw back yang 2 years ago.
Yes.
You put that, apa yang make you happy actually masa raya.
That moment
If let's
tu
say
kan.
we focus on raya.
Apa
sebenarnya? Apa yang sebenarnya tak penting pun. Nampak tak? It's two things, money and life together.
Betul?
You can have 2 columns lah.
Ya, betul.
Life. So what? So you have your own equation nanti. You akan nampak tang mana ni penting.
Yes, betul. Then you boleh project for this year punya.
Sebab ada benda temporary. Contoh tadi I tak kisah pasal baju. So I okay lah, tak tahu, maybe you pun tak disagree with me.
No, actually I kind of related juga dengan you. But last year, macam last year kan I pernah share sebelum ni, I cakap kalau setiap kali berbelanja raya kan, head to toe kena tukar. Kan? But as time goes by, satu benda I sacrifice, which is kan shoes. I tak perlu pun impress people with the new shoes. I dah tak heran dah nak beli kasut. Kadang-kadang I pergi beraya kan, baju raya tukar. So yelah, kita kan wajib kan, orang kata apa, berbaju baru juga kan first raya. Tapi slipper, I pakai slipper biasa je pergi raya rumah orang.
Comel je kan.
So to me, I rasa benda tu I dah start realise lah. So that's why
you change your value, your perspective change kan. So benda-benda macam tu lah. So bila you boleh throw back balik, you reflect balik.
Yes.
You reflect balik yang lepas, you dah tahu dah apa cara untuk you even make you happier this time.
Yes, betul.
Kan tadi kita asyik cakap sacrifice je.
Betul. Takkan nak berkorban je kan.
Tak. I'm telling you, it's about for you to see that. So what can make you even more enjoy that season?
Yes.
Regardless lah cerita-cerita yang kat belakang ni, whatever ni.
Betul.
Sebab happy ni dia subjektif.
Betul.
If you macam kalau you nampak,
yes.
You nampak I nak takat ni. Sekarang you dah sampai takat ni. Ni belum penuh je tau. Tapi memang you dah set nak cakap sini.
Betul.
You will feel happy because you fulfill what you want.
Yes. Betul.
You see?
I kind of dapat relate sikit.
You dapat relate tak?
Banyak actually. Banyak sebenarnya actually dapat relate. Because whatever that is story now, I mean like maybe whatever that is cerita ni, is can relate to whatever I'm doing now sebenarnya. Macam cakap lah, spending raya tak mesti ketukar baju baru. So what makes me happy during raya adalah actually travel. I love to travel. Wah. Like a road trip with family kan. So that's I make sure, that's I make sure the expenses I during raya I akan lebihkan untuk road trip I. So I akan cakap dengan family, okay, baju tak betul ke, yang penting kita road trip, you know, from one state to one state, kita pergilah rumah saudara mara yang jauh-jauh. So that makes me happy during raya. So that's why different people different dia punya makes them happy.
Ada satu klien yang single lady. Kalau you dengar single lady, mesti kita kata perempuan mesti shopping kan.
Betul.
Dia sangat tidak.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Tapi her money, bila kita as financial planner myself, sebab dia nak make sure benda tu balance lah.
Yes.
Sebab she really love pergi konsert yang bukan kat Malaysia tau, yang macam overseas semua ni.
Okay,
it's really expensive, you know, concert tiket kat UK ke apa semua tu. It's travelling lah.
Travelling.
K-pop ke back then kan. So many things. So basically I pernah, maksudnya I sendiri belajar daripada orang-orang yang I jumpa tau. Maksudnya if this person, maksudnya dia punya betul tu, she's so determined to spend on this, yang kalau you tengok one side, membazir.
Yes.
Kalau you tak nampak dia
betul.
Kalau orang kan, kalau orang luar tak nampak, orang luar nampak macam kau ni asyik pergi jalan je kerja je kan. Betul. You concert lah tu. Kan macam-macam lah.
First thing orang akan fikir, tak membazir ke kau ni, macam tu kan.
Kalau nak fikir orang lah kan.
Betul.
Tapi bila I check the financial plan, I nampak actually in this particular case, dia spend kat situ je. Tapi benda lain doesn't bother her. Ni I bagi contoh yang baik-baik supaya banyak kita boleh belajar lagi.
Betul.
Sebab kalau kita cakap yang kesilapan, banyak sangat juga kesilapan.
Banyak sebenarnya.
Tak payah cerita kesilapan tu akan you tak payah belajar pasal kesilapan.
Kita tutuplah aib tu kan. Bulan-bulan Ramadan ni kita tutuplah kesilapan tu kan.
Tapi macam mana nak learn from people yang ada this narrative tau.
Yes.
Ada this particular habit ataupun ways managing their happy level.
Betul. I mean, I kind of like the concept that you bring in hari ni. Actually sebenarnya it's actually shifting lain sikit sebenarnya daripada apa yang kita nak discuss hari ni kan. Tapi but it's okay.
Sebab topik, kalau kita nak keep talking about jangan, again I'm a mother yang can always tell no this no
boleh relate lah.
But how is that affect that? Tak ada.
Betul.
So most of the time I rasa yang paling penting kalau kita spend time kat sini kan, again time very essence kan, very important. Kalau ada orang dengar kan apa yang kita cakap, dia bukan pasal semua benda kan orang faham. If they can take one thing that they change their habit tadi, their action,
yes,
that will give what in financial kita panggil compound effect.
Betul.
I banyak dengar podcast lah, especially awal-awal tahun ni kan, to reset myself.
Yes.
Sebab again kita ada journey kita
betul,
kan.
Betul.
So nak bring back the thought and what not. I rasa that's also one of the thing yang I personally believe, yang mana yang you boleh follow kan. Kita kena dengar benda ni. I suka baca buku sebenarnya.
Kita kena filter lah.
Mindset punya buku kan banyak I ada. Contohnya macam maybe you pernah dengar macam start with why. So kalau kita cakap spending pun, it's actually same thing. Why I need this?
Yes.
If you pause kejap,
spending, saving, everything start with the why.
Kan, why kan? Apa benda pun. Kalau tak, even solat kita start with nawaitu kan.
Betul.
Itu very important tau.
Betul.
Kalau kita nak pergi haji or umrah, very important rukun dia kena ada niat at the right place at the right time ke, macam ada dia punya disiplin dia. Betul. So we talk about disiplin kat situ. So kalau kita tahu okay kita nak balik raya untuk ukhuwah, that should bring the joy because you understand that's the purpose of you balik kampung. That's world. You tak payah tanya soalan dia tidak. Jawab dah soalan financial tadi.
Betul.
In a way lah, but this is very big.
Yes.
I don't know whether you can really relate that or not. Sebab kalau you tak nampak benda ni, you will struggle with what you call peer pressure.
Yes.
Or what you can see on the Instagram.
Yes, betul. And the most hurtful is actually kita start comparing sebenarnya. Bila kita start live kita ni comparing, contoh persiapan raya kan, kita akan start compare kita punya, contohlah kan, kita ada family the other side kan, or spend satu keluarga sedondon kan, this brand punya baju, and then kita pun nak compete juga kan. So itu yang jadi di mana dia tak ada niat pun sebenarnya nak beli baju brand tu, tapi because of dia nak compete. So niat dia pun dah salah dah kat situ kan.
Tapi ada orang perlu macam tu kalau itu cara dia cari makan.
Interesting concept. Okay.
You get me or not? It's not everybody the same.
Betul.
Sebab you are talking about kita macam, yelah sebab kita nak sama macam whatever lah, kita nak sama macam apa orang lain yang kita
betul?
nampak.
Betul.
Tadi I cakap kan, I macam mungkin naturally I tak berapa kisah.
Betul.
Bila ambil gambar gaya, bila orang lain cantik-cantik, aku macam FOMO juga kan.
Nak juga follow the trend
macam,
kan.
Kan macam aduh kan, macam aduh
nak kena ikut juga ni ya.
Macam aduh rasa FOMO kan, rasa macam fear of missing out. Macam aku nak agak cantik-cantik tu. So sebab tu reflection important. Meaning to say that okay lah, at that point of time memang rasa FOMO bodoh. Macam apa kan.
Okay. Macam like okay, sekarang ni orang nak pakai baju. Sekarang ni I think this year punya FOMO-nya orang tengah cakap pasal baju raya apa tu, color matcha dengan strawberry. FOMO juga rasa juga nak beli kan. Dah start Google lah search kan. So
what
benda
in
tu,
trend kan.
what in trend. Benda tu kita memang tak boleh lari lah. So social media memang
betul. Sebab tu I cakap tak payahlah nak lari daripada benda tu.
Tak boleh pun
so
sebenarnya.
I acknowledge my FOMO. I acknowledge that. Cuma bila I tanya balik, kalau benda ni matter to me, definitely next year I'm going to change and think this is my priority.
Yes.
Because it's back to me tau, bukan others.
Betul.
Tapi kalau benda ni I cakap, okay lah memang FOMO, tapi lepas tu macam kuda careless pula kan.
Kuda careless. So
macam,
then next year tak payahlah buat
macam
dah.
benda tu mungkin lah masa tu FOMO, tapi lepas tu benda tu bukan membuatkan I rasa rendah diri yang berpanjangan kan.
Rasa macam self doubt lah, like forever.
So benda tu tidaklah bagi saya. Tapi kalau benda tu something yang different to different person, this is what they think is a must.
Yes.
Again, I am not in the position to say you cannot.
Yes, betul.
Maka I cakap, if that's really the situation,
yes,
looks at what outside that you can negotiate.
Yes. Betul. I think I agree with that. Yeah.
You nak meraih, ada orang tak seluar, kita nak meraihkan dah balik kampung. Raihkanlah. Purpose you kena betul. Bukan sekadar nak bagi orang. Tapi kalau orang you dah beria-ria Amir, macam lawa kan, saya kata macam ni je Amir,
akan down lah. Macam tu kan.
Habis you nak buat apa? Nak spend lagi?
Yalah, spend lagi lah. Tapi kalau FOMO, spend lah kan. Macam nak impress people kan. Betul.
So you put your life stake in the hand of others.
Betul.
You set, bukan you yang set limit kat mana tau. Orang lain yang keep.
Set limit untuk you sebenarnya. Untuk you fill the gap. Semua tu.
Bagus kan benda ni kan.
So that's why in the end of the day kan, you yang sesak sebenarnya.
Kalau you, orang yang duduk kat tempat ini can change.
Betul.
Okay, you Amir yang okay bagus buat apa?
Tarik podcast.
Tarik podcast kan. Tiba-tiba orang yang datang sini macam whatever lah, macam most of the time bagi you happy. Tapi could be a situation whereby you rasa kurang happy.
Yes.
Takkan benda tu nak drag you down?
Betul.
Of course it's a situation.
Couldn't less lah. Kita continue je lah.
Kan, you should focus on, okay, what is it? You go back to objective.
Objektif, betul.
Emotional tak boleh elak lah. Memang lah
betul.
at that time takkan pula
emosi ni satu benda yang complicate sebenarnya. Complicated sebenarnya. Susah
So,
kita nak control sebenarnya.
What is important macam take a pause lah.
Take a pause, ya. Reflect balik.
Reflect balik. Kalau cakap pun kita pause, kalau perbuatan pun kita pause.
Ya, ya.
So that kita, kalau marah pun kita pause.
Betul.
Nampak tak emosi ni,
Yes,
penggugusan emosi ni panjang pula cerita ni. I
Betul.
tahu sikit-sikit ni sebab I have to read for children kan.
Yes,
for
betul.
my kids to
Yeah.
understand that. I dulu I pandai tau. I rasa lah. Tiba-tiba kan bila ada anak kan, kena belajar balik tu.
Dia lain sikit kan.
So tiba-tiba kena macam macam tak cukup pandai pula aku nak kena belajar balik pasal parenting. But that is what require lah.
Betul.
Kalau I want to stick, kita ni kalau kita just nak stick sebab kita believe itu kita betul.
Betul.
I tak payah kita salah pun.
Betul.
But environment change.
Environment change.
Environment dah bertukar.
Yes.
So while we still correct, our methodology could need a revolution.
Betul. Kena orang kata
Kena
apa.
sesuai dengan peredaran zaman tu.
Betul. Dia kena always keep polish sebenarnya from time to time. Sebab apa yang you belajar sekarang tak seperti you boleh implement another 2-3 more years. You kena upskill sikit, kena polish balik apa yang you belajar about parenting, about financial, anything lah. Because financial pun kita berubah from time to time. Kita apa yang kita belajar sekarang ni, yelah, I mean, because of the inflation, this and that, semua benda berubah, betul tak? Inflation pun boleh berubah. Ini kan kita punya financial, betul tak? Macam kata, lagi satu, financial boleh berubah ikut life stages juga kan. Daripada you single, you dah terbiasa dengan keadaan you spend macam ni. And then when you kahwin, perbelanjaan raya dah lain dah. You kena beli untuk wife juga, this and that semua. And then bila ada anak, you nak kena beli baju untuk anak, this and that semua. But without lupa surrounding you juga. So, I think that's a very beautiful sharing lah, I think.
Expectation kita tu.
Yeah.
So just be aware bit lah.
Okay, so Helwa, before kita end our session today, so Annie, end dah, sekejap je kan masa berjalan. But of course for I personally, I wanted to know more lagi of your story. But masa mencemburui kita, jadi before kita end the session, so is there any advice tak, last advice to people out there actually, yang orang kata apa, masih lagi dalam ditakut yang sama, masih lagi berfikiran dia yang sama. So yelah, I mean maybe you can any advice to them lah.
Okay.
Anything.
I want to give in a very short, precise financial planner punya point.
Okay, good.
Okay. Sebab kalau tidak kita cakap dia apa benda kan.
Betul.
I want you to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Care tu apa? C-A-R-E, right?
Yes.
C tu cash flow.
Wow, okay.
So sebab senang nak ingat. Everybody can. Tak ada benda technical here.
Betul.
Tak ada kita
Yes.
cerita pasal kehidupan.
Betul, kehidupan.
Kehidupan. So C is cash flow. Meaning tadi, ambil contoh Amir tadi, Amir ada some nota yang
Yes.
Amir tahu perbelanjaan.
In and out, betul.
So sebenarnya ambil tahu. Kalau I nak datang sini tadi Amir, I need to set to come here. But I need to set where I am at that time.
Yes.
From home.
Yes.
Kalau I tak set kat mana, I tetap tak sampai juga.
Betul.
So kita nak menuju certain destination.
Yes.
Kita kena tahu kat mana kita sekarang.
Yes.
So bila buat cash flow tu is actually for you to start having the visual data lah.
Betul.
It's not about numbers. You can make it. Kalau orang numbers maybe so numbers. Orang yang tak numbers more or less apa income, apa benda ni. So
betul.
that you can reflect.
Yes.
Okay. So satu cash flow.
Yes.
Apa yang you tu sebenarnya ayat accounting lah, asset. Apa yang you ada lah.
Yes.
Harta ni.
Betul.
Sebab harta perlu diuruskan.
Yes, betul.
Kalau harta you tak uruskan, itulah yang mungkin membuatkan. Macam tadilah contoh lagi cash flow tadi. You ada rumah, you terlupa ada nak kena bayar. You ada rumah, lupa nak kena bayar cukai pintu, cukai tanah.
Betul.
Maintenance fee ke whatever. Benda tu kan akan merugikan you.
Betul.
So you need to know your punya asset.
Yes.
Asset ni partner dia liability lah,
Yes.
hutang lah.
Hutang, betul.
Hutang memang tak payah cakap lah, memang lah kena jaga ethically,
Yes.
kena
Asset
faham.
liability kena duduk sebelah-sebelah.
Dia partner. So it is a couple situ. Asset liability.
Yes.
Then only your true value. Betul?
Betul.
So C-A-R. R apa? Reserve. Emergency fund.
Yes.
Emergency fund. So without I saying tadi, sebenarnya kalau you betul-betul look at the big picture, you do this tracking, you will start seeing berapa banyak you will have your numbers. Like
betul.
what and what for short term thing, meaning to say that contohnya tahun 2026, tahun 2027 nanti sama lah tahun 2026, raya lagi awal lagi kan.
Yes.
For next coming years, you dah tahu dah awal tahun akan jadi heavy.
Betul.
Dia bukan tiba-tiba raya.
Raya, betul.
Kan?
Dia dah tak ada yang mengejut dah.
Tak. So reserve tu maksudnya you dah tahu dah for something yang periodically happen.
Yes, betul.
At the same time, reserve juga untuk something yang we talk about bigger in terms of financial planning lah. Macam contohnya, what if you lost your job?
Yes.
What is your, kalau you are dependent, what is your partner
Yes.
tak ada ataupun
Yes.
tak boleh bekerja, or you yourself tak boleh bekerja. Itu semua reserve lah.
Yes.
Okay, so two type jangan confuse.
Yes,
Satu
yes.
bersifat cyclic punya cerita,
Yes.
satu lagi bersifat uncertainty in
Uncertainty.
life.
Betul.
Okay, Raya ni dah tahu dah.
Dah tahu dah sebenarnya. Dia bukan
Tapi
uncertainty dah.
Yang tu you allocate.
Betul.
Kan. So R, CA,
R reserve E.
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 Environment.
Environment.
Okay, apa maksud environment?
Okay.
Kalau kita duduk sini, kita, don't you think we want to make it nice? We want to make it neat?
Yes.
Itulah financial. You need to have your housekeeping. You need to know where your things susun properly.
Yes.
You have so many things, but it's messy. You cannot find.
Yes. Sama juga dengan financial you lah. Kalau you tak susun, tak organize.
You jaga care ni, raya ke, nak pergi bercuti keluarga ke, nak kahwinkan anak ke, nak apa saja, insyaAllah dia ada guidance sikit lah kat situ untuk
Betul.
you start with.
Yeah,
Sebab
that's the basic lah. That's the basic.
This 30-minute session bukan untuk kita cakap too deep, but I hope that's one thing that guide you through. Even though you start with jotting down, apa yang sebenarnya income aku, apa yang sebenarnya expenses aku.
Betul.
That's already one action.
Yes.
I want to conclude with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Take care.
So, yeah, that's a very good one. That's a very good. Thank you, Helwa. Thank you for your last tip tu. I think very valuable sangat untuk people out there sana. So, kalau korang semua nak tahu tips yang berkesan untuk uruskan kewangan, tak kisah hari raya ke, gathering ke, apa saja yang you buat in life, CARE kena ada, care. Which is kita ulang balik lah. Kita ada cash flow, kita ada asset liability, R is reserve, dan kita ada E which is environment you. So, take care. Always care. Always care. Take care. Kan?
Kan nak cantik kan?
Nak cantik.
Take care.
Kena take care. So everything must be solid and must be nice lah. I think
happy lah, enjoy.
thank you so much, Helwa, for your care about me and care about us audience. Okay, so kalau anda di luar sana yang masih lagi terfikir untuk mencari perunding kewangan berlesen kan, so actually you boleh contact kita Wealthvantage Advisory, ataupun anda boleh contact Helwa. Actually Helwa apa Helwa punya Instagram ataupun social media yang mana prefer?
Kalau untuk ni LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, okay.
Helwa Sofni lah.
Helwa Sofni, HELWASOFNI. So kalau korang nak contact Helwa Sofni, boleh pergi kat LinkedIn dia, ataupun kalau nak cari Helwa Sofni melalui kami pun boleh juga. Boleh contact kita dekat wealthvantage.com.my. So kita akan book appointment untuk korang kalau nak jumpa Helwa Sofni. Kalau korang rasa korang perlukan di take care oleh Helwa Sofni, that's a very good one, care. Maybe I jadi punya next topic. So until we meet again for our next episode untuk podcast kita. So stay tuned. Thank you for joining us until the end. So bye.